Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson again, and we are going to continue our studies, and we are now talking about conversion of units of measure. When we talk about conversion, that's really dimensional analysis. This is a process of changing from one unit of measure to another unit of measure. Steps to convert measures are multiplied by a fraction whose numerator and denominator are equal in measures in two different units, though, so that in effect we're multiplying by the identity element of 1. So we're really multiplying by 1, but the thing is it's going to be different units. So let's take a look at this example here. We have to change 4.25 meters into centimeters. We're going to multiply by 100 centimeters over 1 meter, because 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, or 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So what I did here, first thing I did was I wrote down what I had. I have 4.25 at meters, and I put that over 1, and I'm multiplying it by 100 centimeters over 1 meter. And the reason is because I want the meters to cancel out here, so the m's cancel out, leaving me with centimeters on the top. So all I would have to do is multiply 4.25 times 100 centimeters, and that would give me 425 centimeters with a 1 on the bottom, which is still 425 centimeters. So the object is to try to cancel out the items or the measures from the numerator and the denominator, leaving you with that measure that you want for the top. So let's remember one thing that's nice and handy. You do get a reference sheet, grade 8. Here's the reference sheet, has a few more formulas there. So I see Pythagorean theorem on the bottom. So you do get some conversion measures there. So you should take a look at them. Some you should know and memorize, but it's nice to have the sheet. Grade 7, you also get a similar sheet as well. The conversions are there, and just a few less formulas in there. I see volume on the bottom. So that's the reference sheet. So let's change first to centimeters, 3.26 feet. Okay, so we're going to change this 3.26 feet into centimeters. So I put that as a fraction, and I want to multiply by an equivalent fraction. That gives me a fraction that'll be feet on the bottom. Why? Because I want to cancel out the feet on the top here. So 1 foot would be equal to what? Well, it's not equal to centimeters yet. I know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So far I got inches on top, and my feet have canceled out. So now I got to multiply by something else, because I want to cancel out inches, because I want centimeters up here. So I want to cancel out inches. So let's take a look at either our chart from grade 7 or grade 8, and it says for inches, 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So that is good to know. And let's pull this out. 1 foot, 12 inches we had, and 1 inch is equal to 2.547 centimeters. So let's hide that for a second. So we're going to put the 2.54 centimeters, that's equal to 1 inch. So now what we have on our top, we got 3.26. So we got this here, and we got the 12, And we want to know that we canceled out inches, so inches is gone. So we got to multiply the 12. And we got centimeters, which is what we want. So we got to multiply the top by 2.54 centimeters times 2.54 centimeters. That'll give us our new top number. On the bottom, if you notice, we have 1 times 1. The feet have canceled out, and the inches have canceled out, times 1. All right, let's do the bottom. 1 times 1 is 1. Now we're going to need a calculator to multiply the top. So let's get our calculator out. So 3.26 times 12 times 2.54. And that's enter. There it is, 99.3648. And that'll be our numerator. And we were looking for centimeters, so there's our answer, 99.3648 centimeters. So over 1, and we don't even have to write the 1. So there is our answer. So 3.26 feet is equal to 99.3648 centimeters. And let's pull this out, showing what we did. So we canceled out the feet because we didn't want feet. We canceled out the inches because we didn't want inches. We wanted centimeters. So notice we use 12 inches to 1 foot because that is really multiplying by 1, just a different unit of measure. And centimeters, this is equal also to 1, but we don't want inches, so that's why the inches canceled out, leaving us with centimeters, which is what we wanted. So that was a good problem. So here's one for you. See if there are 5,280 feet in a mile. Find to the nearest hundredth the number of miles in 1,200 feet. Well, I'll get you started. You got 5,280 feet. And I'm going to put that over 1. And I'm trying to get in a mile. So let's see. We want to get to the number of feet. So is 1,200 feet. So let's take a look here. So let's put this measurement. So we got miles. So we want 1,200 and feet. So let's take a look. I think I can do this a different way. So let me show you a second way I can do it. I have 1,200 feet, because you might like this way better, is equal to, do it by proportions, equal to how many miles, and that's if 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. And I'm going to do this by cross multiplication, because this is something that's a little bit easier than multiplying, but I like to multiply. So cross multiply. So we got 5,280 feet equals 1,200 times 1 mile, and this is times question mark. So 580 feet times question mark, feet per mile, and let me even erase that because I don't really need all of that. So let's erase that. We can clean that up a little bit. We don't need to write that because we know what our units are. So 200, 500, 280 times question mark equals 1,200 times 1. Well, 1,200 times 1 is 1,200. Now I'm trying to figure out 5,280 times what, and I'll put a little X there, equals 1,200. Well, if I divide both sides by 5,280, solving a regular equation, this will cancel out. Now I need a calculator again, so let's divide. Clear that out. 1,200 divided by 5,280. So we got an interesting decimal there. It looks like it repeats a little bit over there. So, and let's drag that out, by the way. So let's drag this out. And we got to round this to the nearest hundredth. All right, so let's see. I got 0.227, which is enough for me. And I got to round that to the nearest hundredth. Here is my hundredth position. So I go next to it. If it's 5 or more, I would up this by 1 and get rid of that. So this would give me 0.23. And what am I looking for? I was looking for, it says right here, my question mark was around miles. So 0.23 miles. And that is less than a mile. And if you reason it out, since it takes 5,280 feet to be 1 mile, if you got less than 5,280 feet, you're going to have less than a mile. So that's why it comes out to be a decimal point. So that one was cute. And let me just pull this out, pull this down a little bit. Here's the other way you could have done it. So when I started, I noticed I had my feet up there and started with miles. So always start with the number that you're looking for over 1. And then use your multiplication of the identity element. So this way, you end up doing it another way. But I kind of like this method as well because it's proportional reasoning. So, and we ended up with a fraction 5 over 22 when we simplified, and they gave us 0.2272 repeating, and that's approximately 0.23 miles. So that was a cute one. So hopefully you understood it. If you don't, write down your questions, bring them into class, and we'll go over some more tomorrow. And here's one more for you. Change 60 miles per hour to feet per second. So remember, use your chart. Go back and take a look at the chart, see what you know about miles and hours, and you go into feet per second. So take your time, go slow, write your questions. I hope this lesson was easy for you. If not, bring in your questions. We'll be glad to go over it, and we'll talk some more in the morning. So this is Dr. Robinson signing off. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.